Okay, hi, hello, I'm here. 1 second, let me get this turned down. Okay, hi, hello, welcome to the Shark Stream. It's me. Let me get the mic over here. It's me. It's Gage. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. And cool golly, is it ever Wednesday? I have to tell you, I had so many worries getting today's stream started. Okay, so let me tell you about my day, right? So as you may be aware, last Sunday we had to skip streaming. I'm gonna eat some potato chips while I'm talking about this because I need food in me to drink this energy drink. So last Sunday, right? Last Sunday, I had to skip streaming because I started up OBS and just immediately started dropping massive amounts of frames. And I could not understand why that was happening. I still really don't. So today, right? I'm testing things out. OBS thankfully has a bandwidth test mode that allows you to basically diagnose any issues. Wah! Lucas, hi. My thing didn't go off. Hold on. 1 second. There's some issues with the integration here, unfortunately. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Xenoblade? Oh, it's been 33 months. Thank you for 33 months of subscriptions, Lucas. Goodness gracious. I don't have time to talk about Xenoblade right now, but maybe in a bit. Alright, so, where was I? Okay, so, Saturday, right? I try to get a stream going, and I start dropping massive amounts of frames. I'm talking, like, just constantly OBS is dropping into the red. So today, I try it out on bandwidth test mode, just kind of occasionally over the course of the day. The day starts out, it's dropping into the red, dropping massive amounts of frames. Then I get a notification that there's a Windows update, so I update Windows. I try again, it's running perfectly. No frame drops at all. Absolutely nothing. I think, okay, this is great. We're gonna be okay for streaming tonight. Some time passes. I get a notification that, oh hey, OBS has an update now. I'm thinking, okay, I'll update OBS. I update OBS. I test it out again. I start getting massive frame drops again. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the fuck? What is happening right now? So I try out a bunch of stuff. I try all sorts of different settings. I try running back the OBS. What's the word I'm looking for? Like version to like the previous version that I had prior to the update, but after the Windows update that seemed to work just fine. But I'm still getting massive amounts of dropped frames. And I'm just sitting here thinking, am I going to need to, like, you know, do like a soft reset of my modem? Which was going to be kind of touchy because, you know, I work all day and I do have work from home. So, is that really a software issue? I'm not too sure, honestly. And the reason that I'm not too sure is because, it seems to have just sorted itself out. Because I let it run for like 5 minutes before I decided to start streaming, and I didn't get anything. Nothing. No drop frames at all. I had another test just before doing that where I got like 80 drop frames within like a 10 to 15 minute period. Which is well with it. That's like 0.2% of the frames being dropped. Which is like well within my like parameters, right? So... So, I have no idea, like, what fixed it. I have no idea what the actual issue to start with was. But, like, hey, it's working now. So, I mean, like, that's pretty cool. And so here we are. Thankfully, so far streaming for a little over 10 minutes with no dropped frames. And looking at being able to continue and conclude our playthrough of the YORHA Dark Apocalypse raid series in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm gonna eat a couple more Pringles. Motherfucker, I've had an Amazon search opened up for all-dressed chips for like 2 days now. I haven't had all-dressed chips in like a year. I am so fucking down bad for that shit. I need to have more at some point. But they don't like sell them in stores here where I'm at, you know? Which sucks. Like, all-dressed chips are primarily a Canadian thing, but I have heard that like some stores in the US have started offering them. I was just like, I want that, you know? But let's see, where are we in YORHA Dark Apocalypse? So, we just discovered that Anog died, like, prior to the events of the raid series, and seems to have been replaced by a clone born out of a very familiar-looking orb. If you're familiar at all with the Drakengard series, you would recognize that orb as a seed of destruction, or a seed of resurrection, depending on who you ask. Generally speaking, things born from these seeds tend to be bad news. Usually. So, it's not too clear exactly what Anog's deal is, but what we do know is that I believe at this point we have confirmed that like the puppets have come out of the Seed of Destruction, which would explain how they are, you know, evil. And we have at this point conquered the Copied Factory, the Puppets Bunker, and, well, you'll just have to wait and see what we got next on the platter. But right now, Konog isn't doing particularly well. Realizing, finally, that, like, his sister is not his sister. And kind of, like, dealing with the consequences of putting their trust in, the mysterious 2P. And potentially being blamed for everything horrible that's happened in, Komra? I think Komra is the one that we're in. There's Komra and Tomra, and I always get the two mixed up. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and get in there, shall we? Alright, let me go ahead and make sure... Get the chat blocker up. Okay, so here we are in... it is Komra. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Oh, I gotta turn the Sonic music off so that we can get these gorgeous tracks. Morning. Hello, the Dock of Pepper. Welcome to the Shark Stream. Okay. Now, before we get in there, one thing that I do need to set up here I love when they guard the drakens. IDK, I never played the game. I need that on deck. Because I try to do this every time I do the next leg of the stream. Or the next leg of the raid. Okay. Let's talk to the dig site chief. Konog. Alone. Oh, hold on. We are starting to drop frames again. Man, really? This was working fine just a second ago. Okay, is it gonna be weird about this the whole time is the question. We're gonna sally forth. Lolly, I may have been too optimistic, ho, I gailed. The fact that the villagers are still nursing a grudge doesn't surprise me. Not that I haven't tried to make them think better of it, but why hasn't Anog come back and given them what for yet? It ain't like her to fret over what other people think. Or what people think, not other people, necessarily. I fucked up the line, okay? Leave me alone. I'm stressed. OBS is acting weird, and I don't like it. Then there's Konog. I was worried he'd go chasing after her again, which is why I'm even more worried that he's been shut up in the tunnels this whole time. Concerning. Chief! We need to clear the rubble so we can start digging again, but the others won't stop bickering about whose job it is. Not even when I threatened to boot them clear into the sea. I'll be right there. 2 boots are better than 1, as they say. I am recording this stream, like, directly, so that, like, even if we end up with an issue of, like, having a number of, like, really choppy, bits over the course of the stream, I can still upload a version that isn't completely fucked. I don't usually record the streams. Generally, what I do is I just export straight from Twitch, but if I'm going to end up with a version that has a lot of, like, choppy bits in it, I'm going to try to avoid, like, sending that version through to Twitch, if I can. Or to YouTube, rather. Looks like I have other business to take care of. Not that I was having much luck here. Can you check on Konog in my stead? What with Anog gone and the villagers treating him like he's got the blight, he could do with a reminder that not everyone has abandoned him. And who's to say, maybe one of your tales of adventure will cheer him up. I've got just the thing, though I've forgotten the names of everyone involved. I'm sure whatever you come up with will be fine. Probably. And let me know how he's doing, alright? Even if he doesn't want to talk to me, I want him to have the help he needs, is all. The dig site chief is, like, a particularly, like, prominent character in this raid series for someone who doesn't have a fucking name. Like, it's kind of wild to think about, honestly. So as you can probably tell, we are going to be running this particular leg of the raid as a red mage. We are using the obsolete android's gear of casting, which, you know, very clearly based on the outfits worn by Devila and Popola in Nier Automata. So that's fun. What if that is his name? It could be. Who knows? We're dropping frames again, so I'm waiting a bit to see if it evens out. It's not like a huge amount of frames necessarily. Like, it's less than what we were doing before. The weird thing is, okay, so essentially here's what's happening. Every so often, like my kbps, my kilobits per second, will remain fairly constant for a little bit, and then it'll just start fluctuating wildly. Like, it'll drop down really far, and then it'll jump up really high, drop down, jump up. It's just super weird, and I'm not sure what the issue is. Okay, it looks like it's evening out a bit, so we're gonna go ahead and continue. And Konog's on the ground. Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Konog is radiating an uncommon amount of heat. The many layers insulating his head probably aren't helping. Much like his sister, he is a red-headed twin. What could it mean? Probably nothing. Red-headed twins are just kind of a thing in the Nier series. You know? What? You collapsed as what? You need rest. I do also want to call attention to that feeling like your head is full of fiery bees. That's a fever, because that's a very good line. But we're going to go with this first one. No, I'm fine. Got to find Anog. Anog wouldn't want you running after her in this state. Anog, He is not doing well, is what he is. Anog. Well, we better go tell the dig site chief that Konog is doing poorly. Like, breathtakingly so. Hey, where is he? Oh, he's over here. Oh, he's over at this place, this weird cave that I'm still not really sure what this is supposed to be. Is this the dig site? I really wasn't sure. Hey, man! Shit's bad.
Konog collapsed! We need to do something about that fever. I think some of my wife's supply of remedies survived. I'll go and see. You keep an eye on Konog.
Okay.
I thought you said it was bedridden!
Well, he was. Thanks, Pod. You're a big help. He was briefly bedridden.
Wicked White, where did he go?
Oh.
I know he wanted to search for Anog, but how did he even make it out of here?
Willpower and hubris?
Damn it all. Let's go, quickly.
Okay. Oh, hey. Hey, girl, hey. Who's there? Or hold on, hold on. I gotta do my 2B voice a little bit better. Who's there? You.
We should ask around, find out if anyone saw him go past. Not that I expect they'll be too inclined to help. Still, any lead is better than none at all. I'll speak with my miners, you talk to whoever else.
I'm gonna try something real quick. We're gonna go ahead and put a quick pause on the stream here, and I'll just be right back. Okay, so we should be back. I don't know if that is going to be the fix that I needed. I basically just did a soft reset of my modem. But we're going to see how it works out for us. Oh god, there's so many things on my fucking screen. Alright, hold on. I need to... There we go. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, shoot. Wait, hold on. Right, I need to restart New Game Plus now. Can I do that from here? There we go. Yep. Okay. Now we have our objectives on screen. Let me post real quick that we're back. Okay, we're still having massive frame drops, it looks like. Not huge, but, like, more than I'd like. We'll do our best. No, I haven't seen Kanog leaving the village. Why? Finally realized he's no good to us and left, did he? But without him or Anog, who's going to be held responsible for what happened? Their collaborator here, for one. Listen, outsider, I'm sure you thought you were helping, but... now we're doomed! Thanks, guys. Real helpful. Glag. Hold on.
Now Konog's missing too? We're dropping dwarves like ale from a leaky cask! Well, I hope you find him. The matter of culpability is still unsettled, and I'll never get the villagers to agree on what's what if the most guilty-looking parties up and vanish.
A search for Kanog, you say? That can't be easy. Those twins aren't really the sort to stand still. Wish I could help, but I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. Not more than usual, at any rate. Certainly no fever-addled dwarves. Cool.
Lolly, I thought I'd never escape, ho! Who knew that questioning every miner in the Comra could be so time-consuming? I hope you weren't waiting too long. Did you learn anything useful?
Not really, no.
Wish I could say I was surprised. my lot also had some difficulty focusing on the immediate issue, but one of them did see Kanog. It sounds like he was wandering in the direction of the crater. Again, we should search the area.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to try something again real quick. 1 second. Okay. So what I've done is I've opted to use something that basically dynamically manages the bitrate. I can only assume that the result is going to be that the stream occasionally is going to look like shit. But I won't have any dropped frames. I'm still going to go ahead and opt for a recording to be put up on YouTube, in all likelihood, but this is what we're going to have to deal with for right now. Let me take a look at this. I mean, this looks fine. Maybe we'll be okay. Let me... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hope for the best here. Just because this seems like it's going to be our best option for moving forward with the rest of this stream.
What's that big wheel? Some kind of machine?
Technology from another world.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Though I'm still more concerned about where Kanog might have gone.
Perhaps I should have mentioned where exactly I found him last time.
You think he's inside? He's probably not alone. Here we go again.
Brave new world. The dig site chief is determined to find Kanog, come what may. Come!
If you're ready to face whatever's in there, then let's get this over with. The longer we wait, the more I worry.
If anything in there needs killing, I can handle it myself.
I'm coming with you. I'll leave the dangerous bits to you, but I can't stand by and do nothing. Not anymore. I need to make sure he's safe. Please.
Yeah, alright. So now it's basically just a long walk. Oh yeah, now I'm seeing that where the stream looks like shit. It looks like shit when I move around. Oh well. We'll deal with that as we have to. Hold on, I need to check one other thing here. Okay. Alright, here we go. I wish I knew what the issue was. You know? Like, that's really just kind of what it comes down to. I don't like stuff like this basically being out of my hands, you know? Whenever I have a problem like this, I like to be able to, like, solve it myself. And not be, like, effectively stuck at the whims of just, like, what the fuck ever. Sometimes it might be just the ISP having issues in the area. It's been doing this since, like, Sunday, though, is the thing. Like, I don't think it's a software issue. I think it's my... Like, I think it might just be my internet connection. But, like, I still don't like that. Like, here's the thing. I know that, like, what a lot of people say is just like, oh, you should be willing to accept when, like, something is, like, out of your hands. It's just like, I don't accept that, though. I don't like accepting that. Like, if something's out of my hands, then, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Just sit there until, like, it sorts itself out? I hate the idea of doing that. I don't know. It bugs me. Yeah, this is a long hallway, I forgot. I can only imagine what, like, this variable bitrate thing is going to do when, like, we're actually in battle and all the fucking, like, magic and effects are going off. Personally, I'd check to see if anyone else is having any kind of problems with the internet in the house, then contact the provider. IDK if you already did it. I did ask, and nobody else seems to be having any, like, noticeable issues, from what I understand. And I can't imagine what's changed between, like, when I streamed on Friday and when I streamed on Sunday.
Sorry for lagging behind. I have to keep reminding myself not to get distracted. To tell the truth, I'm starting to understand the intrigue. You said that the place you found Konog before is through here?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, we haven't seen the puppets come out of the Sea of Destruction yet. I think that's gonna happen now, actually. Mild spoiler. Oh hey, there he is.
Konog!
Uh-oh. That's not good. Hey 2P, 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 hey 2P. God, favoritism much? Hey, don't do that. Beings of this world, watch closely. Okay. I'm not gonna. I'm attack you. Oh! Hey, look who it is. What? Hey, how's it going? There's no time. Destroy the sphere, quickly! Oh, she scrums so loud. This is bad. We have to get out. Okay. I suspect they didn't want the sphere destroyed. I'm also getting that sense. That thing is tall. You take the big guy. Oh wow, that thing's really tall actually. Goodness gracious. Damn it. We're too late. I feel I'm owed several explanations. I know you're confused, but there's no time. We must destroy that sphere. 2P's plans are already in motion, and this whole world will be consumed. We won't let that happen. We came to save this world, and now we have a debt to repay. You saved 9S after all. And there's still so much here we haven't seen, right, 2B? Focus on the mission. Right. Leave it to us. It'll take everything we've got to stop them. I believe we can succeed, but we'll need your help. Be ready. I'd feel weirder if you weren't ordering me around. Duly noted. I'm sorry, Chief. Can you look after Konog?
You're sorry? Yes, of course. I'll carry him back and make sure he rests. You look after yourself now and tell me what all this is about later. What all of this is about later. Later.
We make for the tower. Yeah, alright. That seems like as good an idea as any. Oh, it's big. It is now time for the tower at Paradigm's Breach. Okay. No, I just need to check something real quick. Okay, we have scenario cutscenes on. So, alright, let's see where everybody's head's at. Anog? The sooner we can destroy that sphere, the better. 9S? I wish we had time for a few quick scans at least. Always about those scans, this boy. We need to end this. We sure fucking do. Alright, let's see how long it takes us to get in. Wait time is 22 minutes. Oh no. I did not foresee this. So hey chat, how's it going? I hope the quality of the stream isn't too distracting. Like I said, I'm going to try and get a recorded version of the stream put up on YouTube for the VOD rather than just like the straight up Twitch VOD. So that, like, that's at least in, like, decent quality. I am going to need to, hopefully... I'm very used to streams in low res, so when it does dip, it doesn't bother me. That's good, at least, I suppose. I am going to need to... I didn't think about this before I started. I didn't think about whether or not I was going to need to, like, stop and start the stream. When I was getting ready for this. I generally record in MKV, only because if I have to upload... Oh, shit! That went a little bit quicker than expected, but that's pretty good. Only because when I do have to record something, usually MKV is a better... I've had more luck uploading MKVs to YouTube. I am probably going to need to convert it to an MP4 before I go uploading it, because the editing program I use doesn't like MKVs. Oh, that final fucking DPS better not fuck this up for me. Come on. Come on, man. Thank fuck. Okay. So thus far in this series of raids, we've seen a lot of familiar faces with regards to, like, near enemies and characters. Right? We're going to see a few more familiar faces, but maybe not always the ones you expect there to be. Don't worry about it. There's no actual meaning behind anything machines do. It's locked. You need to destroy the obstructing consciousness from inside the network. Right, I'll hack the door. You infiltrate the network and take down any guards. Thanks, 9S. We gotta fucking digitize ourselves. This is the tower's network. Its digital consciousnesses are here. I have to jack in. Hope I don't jack off. To live is to know loneliness. To live is to know love. I'll live as many times as it takes. I'll die as many times as it takes. To know. To know. To know. It's our boy, the Knave of Hearts. You may recognize this guy from the first Nier, where he played a pretty major role in both the past and future segments. So first thing is going to be showing off certain mechanics. And now it's pretty much just time to, like, start mixing things up. Well, not yet. He's got to show off the Tank Buster first. We're not worried about the Tank Buster because we're not a tank, we're a DPS. Depending on how good the rest of my team is at this particular raid, though, I may end up being a res machine. I'm generally pretty good at that. Alright, we need to keep an eye on this guy, see what he's doing. Okay, he's going wide, so we just need to stay in the middle in here. You know, it's kind of funny. It was the Puppets bunker was the one that I ended up playing as a tank. I'm actually a lot more used to tanking this raid. Mostly because I wanted to get the tank gear for this particular leg of the raid. Ooh. So we gotta set ourselves against these, like, blocky structures. Because he's gonna do a pushback attack. But when he does that, new block structures are going to pop up, and then we need to get... next, put ourselves against it for his attack. Okay, do my funny little combo. My funny little combo again. Now, something that I always make a goal of whenever I run any sort of raid as Red Mage is that I always make it a goal to try and pop off an LB3 at least once. Now, if you're not familiar with the various differences in mechanics for Final Fantasy XIV, whenever you do, like, a bigger raid, like something where you're in, like, an 8-person party, so like an Alliance raid or a normal raid, you'll often get a 3rd level limit break on, like, bigger boss battles. And I need to keep an eye on this guy, because he's going to do a big AoE when this guy goes to do his thing. I think right here is actually going to be fine. Yep. Now, the 3rd level limit breaks are generally class specific. Each class has its own. This is in contrast to, like, spellcasters all have the same levels 1 and 2 limit breaks. Range DPS all have the same level 1 and 2 limit breaks. Tanks, healers, so on and so forth. Healers technically all have the same... Technically speaking, on, like, a mechanic level, all of the limit breaks for level 3 are the same. With DPS, it's always something that does big damage. With tanks, it's always something that grants, like, a limited invincibility. With healers, it's always a full res for anybody who has, like, gotten knocked down. But what's magical about the level 3 limit break for red mages is that a lot of people joke that it is basically the Final Fantasy XIV equivalent of a flashbang. You basically blind the whole raid. Alright, what we got here? Headband of Striking. I think I have that already. I'll go ahead and greet it. Hairpin of Healing, I think I have already. I'm gonna greet it. I like the gear for the near raids. So I try to get anything I don't have so that I can make more outfits with them. And what can I say? Watching the Nier anime has kind of like... So, the magic caster gear in the 3rd raid is based on Popol and Devila. The tank and, I want to say, maiming gear is... Oh shit, it's Hansel and Gretel. Okay, so real quick, the mechanic here, one of them is going to go Lance mode, the other's going to go Shield mode. Shield mode is protected on 3 sides by a reflective barrier. Lance does more damage. But if they're too close to each other, each gets the other's bonus, essentially. So you need to keep them pretty far away, but you also want to turn Shield towards the group, just so that you can avoid, like, potentially, like, anybody getting hit by, like, a reflected AoE if it happens to hit both of them. But what was I saying? A good chunk of the... I want to say, like, the... Okay, we need to get over here. The scouting, striking... I think there's one more... Scouting, striking, and aiming, I think? Oh, we need to focus on this guy. Otherwise, I'm gonna get hit by all my fucking spells. Striking, scouting, and aiming gear is all based on the gear that the members of the Resistance wear. I think primarily, like, the female version of it is based primarily on Anemone's look. Scouting, striking, and maiming for melee, if I recall correctly. Right, but I think maiming's gear is similar to the tank gear, I think? I'm not too sure. It's been a hot minute since I've really gotten a good look at all of them. Okay, Hansel's going Lance. Hansel's going fucking Lance mode. He's very much Lance core. Lance pilled, if you will. None of these words are in the Bible. I gotta say, I'm looking over at my bitrate, and it's actually doing pretty good right now. I don't think it's going to be good enough for me to use the Twitch version of the stream as what I end up going with. Okay, so this means we're going to switch places, so we actually want to be up here to avoid the AoE. I gotta change my sitting position. Blech. All right. All right. Let's focus Hansel, since he's got the lowest... Also, he's marked with a 1, so it's like, you know. Alright, Wandering Trail is this fucking Destructo Disc shit. Oh. Okay, I want to go right here, actually. Oh, he's doing shield mode. Very much shield pilled. Also, my lunch is here. Or my dinner, rather. I gotta stop making, like, pilled and core jokes. This is... I'm obnoxious... I'm finding myself obnoxious now. Oh, I didn't get any of the shit that I greeted for. Damn. Oh well. Such is life. So because this is like... Oh, shit. Help. Please stack on me. Oh, no. That was bad. Somebody with a concentrated AoE stacked when they should have spread. So this might be the first one where we have an opportunity to do the the LB3. Just because there's two of them and they both have their own life bars, and generally the way that it works is that you have to focus on one at a time, so it takes a hot minute to really get through it, so you end up doing a lot of damage, building a lot of LB. Oh, shit, wait. Ah, damn, I fucked up my rotation. Oh, no, somebody is going for it. Damn it. They know what my plan is. They know that I want to hit that LB3. That motherfucker. I can't believe they've done this. They're trying to steal my fucking thunder. We could have gotten to LB3. I believe we could have. What are we? We're at Alliance C. Wrist dress of healing. Trousers of healing. I don't know if I have those. I'll greet them. Bring my dinner over here so I can start digging into that while we're between sections. That's really good. Oh hey, it's 2P. Hi 2P. Alright, so this is just a mob encounter. So we don't really need to... worry too much about this. Okay. So my movies over the last couple days have been the Terminator series. And just today I actually watched... Which one did I watch today? Today was Terminator Genesis. Terminator Genesis is kind of a weird one where it's just like, okay, Terminator 3 and Salvation are kind of garbage, admittedly. Like, there's stuff I like about all of the movies. But, like, I have to admit, like, they're not the best, obviously. Genesis is the only one I ever saw. Really? Like, of the entire series, you've only seen Genesis? Like, you haven't even seen the originals? Oh. Oh, Lucas. Lucas, we gotta watch more movies together, man. Lucas never saw a series. It's a long list. So is mine, and mine has a lot that, like, you wouldn't expect to be on there. Like, a lot of really notable films I just haven't seen. I think the only... I would say that probably the only, like, Terminator movie that doesn't have, like, really anything in it that I particularly like is probably Terminator 3. Like, the only thing that I actually really like about Terminator 3 is the ending. That person's just standing there. Are they okay? Because Terminator 3 actually has, like, a really interesting and kind of bold ending, honestly. Oh, shit. No, don't do that!
I was trying to avoid you.
Okay, they have a raise on them. Can't remember many 80s or 90s action flicks I saw. Ooh, get out of the center. Don't be in the center if I don't have to be. Salvation as a movie... Salvation's really just, like... I don't want to call, like... the Terminator series, like, cerebral or anything. But it's always been interesting to see the kind of, like... Hold on, I'm gonna try and... There we go. I don't think it was me that got them. I think it was that other red mage. Oh, this is kind of a weird mechanic. Hold on. I gotta actually, like, really pay attention to this one. Okay. Then right here. Then right here. Then right here. Then right here. Anyways, what was I saying? So... Terminator isn't, like, a cerebral series by any means. Like, the time travel stuff is, like, manifests in, like, a very simple way. Like, it's not particularly complicated, and they don't try to make it too complicated. There's... If, like, you think about it, it gets a little weird, but, like, the thing is that Terminator Salvation is just straight up an action movie. You know? The only Schwarzenegger movie I remember watching from beginning to end was Jingle All the Way. Ooh. That's, wow, okay. There's maybe better ones you could have watched. You know? I could recommend a few to you. There's some good ones out there. I recently watched Predator. I thought that was really good. It was probably my favorite Schwarzenegger performance. Was Predator. What was I talking about? Terminator. So, Terminator Salvation is just kind of straight up an action movie, and it doesn't really try to be anything particularly complex. It was going to have, like, a way cooler ending, but then that didn't happen. Studio meddling and all that. Can't believe Sonic Frontiers ripped this part off. Yeah, Sonic Frontiers got that fucking... There's someone dead over there. Is anybody gonna help them? Oh, someone got them. Okay. I feel like y'all are in a bad spot for that. Okay. Alright, if nobody pops the LB2, this could be the one. Woohoo! Oh, beans. Okay, okay, I don't need to... For some reason it was hard casting berets. I guess my jolt didn't get off. Okay, hold on. I need to make sure I'm ready. If I get hit by this, it's gonna be worth it. Yeah! Flashbang. Excellent. Ah, I got hit by that. Oh no, my cool guy stacks. But yeah, I would say, like, Salvation is really just kind of like straight up a, just a kind of a dumb action. I wouldn't say it's like a dumb action movie. I feel weird calling like any sort of like film dumb, because like I feel like even what is considered the quote-unquote dumbest film, you know, is generally speaking has some kind of like thought put behind it. I'm gonna pass on those, and I've already got these. And then Genesis... Genesis is just such, like, a safe movie. Like, it's PG-13. It's like, oh, we're gonna cast younger actors in these iconic roles. As the start of a new trilogy. And, like, it's just very much trying to, like, set something up. Like, Dark Fate, despite the fact that I would have liked Dark Fate's storyline to continue, is very much, like, self-contained, I would say. Like, it's kind of a beginning, middle, and end sort of thing. The trilogy happened and it ended with Genesis. Here's the thing. Salvation, Genesis, and Dark Fate were all intended to start a new trilogy. I think that's inside? Yeah. None of them did. Which is a little hilarious and also kind of unfortunate. I would say out of those three, like, Dark Fate was probably, like, the strongest start. Just because Dark Fate was, like, kind of in and of itself just a very interesting movie on its own. Genesis had, like, a lot more, like, it had a mid-credit scene, it had, like, It had, like, a sequel hook with just, like, oh, we need to figure out the mysterious circumstances by which the T-800 that saved Sarah Connor ended up here. But then just, like, nothing happened, you know? Because again, it was just kind of like it was a movie made to be, like, kind of obnoxiously safe. Like, we need younger stars to carry this franchise for the next few years kind of movie. Which generally is what you get with films like this. Which isn't to say, like, it isn't, in and of itself, like, completely devoid of merit. It does some interesting things. And, like, despite the fact that I view it as generally what's the word I'm looking for? Inferior film to something like Dark Fate. I don't wholly dislike my time watching it. You know? Alright, let's see what people will be cool on this raid. I think the last time I played this one, people ignored cutscenes. So Genesis was a very manufactured movie. That's what I would say, yeah. Oh, somebody mentioned early on, like, oh, we'll have some cutscenes. That's nice of them. Kind of ruins the surprise if the cutscene happens when I've already seen the boss. What will it take for these things to die and stay dead? Aw. No! Stop them! You're doing amazing, 9S. Oh. The seed. Sure. So the beings that we're going to be fighting are very evocative, the false idol, of the final boss of ending E of Drakengard 1, as well as the final boss of ending D, I think, of Drakengard 3. Okay, I need to say this is the entire alliance. I love when they guard the Drakens. IDK never played the game. Someone has replied, it's about what happens, yeah. Give or take. I think this is the one where they automate the Niers. Okay, so this is a two-stage boss fight. We gotta watch the direction that wheel is spinning. Someone put spoilers based on what I said. I love when people play along with the joke. Someone put, I'll finish Replicant someday. You should finish Replicant! It's a good game. Hey everyone. This is your buddy. This is your buddy. Gauge Acid Sharkman. Gauge Acid Mixture. Ah, fuck, I died. Whoops. Okay, Hikari-ku is getting the, if they stick around, they'll be getting my commendation for being the one to resurrect me on stream. Wait, is this the same as the rhythm boss? Sort of. The false idol is a little bit less like the queen beast and more like the flower at the end of 3, kind of. It's the next phase of the boss that has, like, mechanics like the rhythm boss. Although I guess technically those are both rhythm bosses, huh? The queen beast and the flower. I was talking on Twitter the other day that I was watching Terminator Salvation, and time travel in the Terminator series is not something that is meant to be, like, given particularly close scrutiny, and I think that's intentional, you know? Because, like, the time travel isn't there to be, like, examined. It's there to serve as a narrative tool. And that's fine. We've waited so long to throw these gates wide. Uh-oh. Phase 2. Let the light in. Come on, we spent an entire patch trying to stop that from happening. Where? I've seen... So, this is her Inflorescence, who is the final boss of this leg of the raid. All memory lives within me. It's manipulating the space around us. I've seen it said... I gotta take a look at the ground real quick. I've seen it said that her Inflorescence is supposed to be a evocative of both 2B and... Zero from Drakengard 3. I don't know that I necessarily see it. So, much like the last 2 raids, the final boss of this one... Oh, hold on. Oh, they got it before I did. So the final boss of this raid has a... what's the word I'm looking for? A unique music track that is a combination of both Final Fantasy and Nier songs. Now, specifically, the combination is... the Final Fantasy main theme, I believe, and Kaine from Nier. That being said, there is just a little bit of the bells from Drakengard's rhythm boss in there that you can hear, like, when the track loops. Which is kind of neat. I was talking about something. What was I talking about? Okay, so, yeah. Time travel in Terminator is meant to be just, like, a narrative tool. It's not intended as something to, like, really, like, hold up under scrutiny, per se. I'm gonna let somebody else get the LB3. I got my one red mage LB3 off this raid. I'm good. But even still, like, okay. So here's how you gotta look at it with Nier series, or the Nier series, the Terminator series, right? The FF theme is called opening theme, which gets confusing since every FF after 4 only uses it for their ending credits. In the case of FF14, it's even more confusing because there are 2 versions, of one being for character creation 1.0. Well, then there's only one version, because 1.0 doesn't exist anymore. What was I saying? Okay, so, oh, fuck. Please, Miss Inflorescence, ma'am. I'm trying to talk about Terminator. I beg you, let me talk about my weird nerd shit. Okay, which way are those gonna tilt? Okay, I gotta go over here. Oop. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? See? Res machine, what'd I tell you? So here's the thing. The whole thing in the Terminator series is that in the first movie, Kyle Reese is sent back in time to rescue Sarah Connor, who is the mother of a future war hero whose name is John Connor. And he ends up being John Connor's dad, right? So while protecting Sarah Connor in order to ensure that John Connor exists in the future, he ends up having unprotected sex with Sarah Connor and makes Babby John Connor. Right? Okay. So Kyle Reese comes from a version of the future where Judgment Day happened in 1997. And he is explicitly mentioned as having been born after Judgment Day. Specifically around 2004 is how it kind of ends up happening, right? Ooh, Reaper got the LB3 off. Nice. So one of the big things in the Terminator series is this idea that the future, despite characters coming from a very particular future, the idea is that the future is not set in stone and can be changed. Right? Okay. So, Kyle Reese comes from a future version of 2027, where he was born after a Judgment Day that happened in 1997. Oh, hold on. I'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Ba 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 ba. Tower of Paradigms breach complete. We did it! Hooray? Question mark? Alright, player comm. Oh, they left already! Aw, man. I'll give it to Melisara. Malisara. They put in the work. Pass on that. Agreed on that. Hell yeah! Cool. Did I get this already? Agreed. Okay, cool. I like to sell the cards. I'll pass on these. I don't really want those. I think I have all this music, and I've already got the minions. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. We did it! Hooray! Look at that view. I have breached the paradigm. Before we leave and we go into another cutscene, let's discuss the mechanics of time travel. Shall we? Okay. So, Kyle Reese comes from a version of the future where Judgment Day happened in 1997. But, in Terminator 2, which takes place in 1995, they stopped Skynet from being created at Cyberdyne by Miles Dyson. Right? Now, this means that basically in any version that kind of like covers the events that happen after Terminator 2, specifically, like directly after Terminator 2, essentially what happens is that them destroying the work on Skynet in 1995 means that Judgment Day doesn't happen in 1997. Right? Now, in Terminator 3, so we're not thinking about Genesis or Dark Fate right now, because we're specifically looking at the timeline that proceeds linearly from Terminator 1 to Terminator 2 to Terminator 3 to Terminator Salvation. So in Terminator 3, it is determined that Judgment Day wasn't stopped. It was delayed. And Judgment Day ends up happening in 2005. Now, Kyle Reese still exists per Terminator Salvation. And realistically speaking... Wait, hold on. Oh shit, this ended up in my inventory, which means I'm full up on something. Okay, well that's something we'll have to deal with later on. Now this means that Kyle Reese was born prior to Judgment Day, because he would have been born the year before, in 2004, and then Judgment Day would have happened in 2005, right? Right. Okay. So, this means, technically speaking, the Kyle Reese that we get in Terminator Salvation, being a Kyle Reese that was born prior to a 2005 Judgment Day, rather than after a 1997 Judgment Day, is a different Kyle Reese from the one that fathered John Connor. We on the same page? This is where things are gonna get... This is where my fucking brain did a backflip. Okay. In Terminator Salvation, one of the major plot points is that Skynet is trying to take out a number of important targets to the Resistance in the present day of that movie, which is like 2018. It's a post-apocalyptic 2018 from the Judgment Day that happened in 2005 and Terminator 3. Okay? One of those targets is a young Kyle Reese, who's like, let's see, what would he be at that point? If he was born in 2000, he'd be like 14, right? He's like 14, and then he's played by the kid who played Ensign Chekhov in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, who I think he was probably in his 20s, honestly, if I had to guess. I don't know. I would actually need to look that up. He might have been a teenager at the time that he played those roles. Anyways, so he would have been like 14, roughly. So, there's a scene where John Connor is sitting listening to tapes of his mother that she recorded, including one that we see her recording at the end of Terminator 1, right? Where she's just like, I don't know if I'll tell you that Kyle is your father, because I don't know if that will affect your decision to send him back in time, to blah, 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 blah. And John Connor, after finding out that Skynet is targeting the present-day Kyle Reese, is just like, comes to the conclusion, if they kill Kyle Reese, he can't send Kyle Reese back in time. Which means that Kyle Reese can never be John Connor's father, which means John Connor doesn't exist in the future, which means that humanity doesn't have an edge in the war. Which is complete fucking nonsense, because the version of Kyle Reese that fathered John Connor isn't even the same Kyle Reese anymore. Technically speaking, the version of Kyle Reese that exists in the world of Terminator Salvation is a fundamentally different Kyle Reese from the one that fathered John Connor in Terminator 1, which means he could be killed without any effect on the timeline, realistically speaking. Because John Connor was fathered by a man who, technically speaking, doesn't exist anymore. This is where my brain did a fucking backflip. Because, here's the thing. Genesis and Dark Fate both try to reconcile in one way or another the fact that the future that is shown in both Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 doesn't exist anymore, in different ways. Genesis does it in an interesting way, where Kyle Reese, once he goes back in time after witnessing John Connor get attacked, after all sorts of fucking time-space shenanigans, now has two sets of memories. One that he has from when he was a soldier after the 1997 Judgment Day, and one after the Judgment Day as brought on by Genesis. Which is just Skynet again. And John Connor in that movie actually brings this up. He brings up, we three are marooned, basically. The future that they came from doesn't exist anymore. And thus, any one of them could kill the others, and it would have absolutely no effect on the timeline. He could kill Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese, and he would go on existing. Because, technically speaking, the future they come from doesn't exist anymore. They are only still around because they are removed from that future entirely. Who the fuck is that? Has this guy been there the whole time? Lolly ho, buddy! Yeah! Fist pump. He's RP walking to the exit. You go, man. What an incredible interaction. Okay, I probably should get going also. I got 2 player commendations. That's pretty good. Must have been waiting for you. He wasn't in my party. I don't see how he could have been. He had no reason to. I wasn't holding up any, item gets or anything. We can't let it keep opening. Back me up here, 2B. Yeah, I can point my hand and do things too. I've been doing it this whole campaign. This whole MSQ. Oh! Anog? What are you doing? I'll help you. From the other side. That sounds like a bad idea. Take care of Kanog. And there she goes. Alright. Oh shit. Oof. So what's kind of upsets me about Tower of Paradigm's Breach is that it is the only leg of this raid series that you don't get like a version of it to explore after the fact. Oh, hey, Pod. Alert. Unit 2B and 9S vital systems offline. Saved data found in memory regions. Initiating playback. This is YORHA Unit 2B, recording. We discovered that our enemies, the white-clothed androids, the tower, that colossal girl, came from that white orb. They what? As did 9S and I. It's a gate between worlds, and its purpose is to destroy this one. As long as 9S and I are on this side, it can never be closed. We have to go. But we'll save the memories of our reunion, and of that time we spent in this world with you. Some things are just too precious to lose. So, thank you. Playback ended. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I should probably leave. But yeah, you don't get a version of this one to just, like, come in and fuck around in, which is unfortunate. Because basically what that meant for me when trying to, like, make thumbnails for this series was, I could get a screenshot anywhere in, well, mostly anywhere in the Copied Factory or the Puppets Bunker. But I had to, like, play all the way through Tower at Paradigm's Breach in order to... what's the word I'm looking for? Get to a place where I could safely take a screenshot.
Lolly, that scared the shite out of me, ho! That tower just up and disappeared. It sort of folded in on itself in the blink of an eye. Glad to see that you're safe, though.
Thanks. It takes a village. Relieved as he is that you and Konog are safe, the dig site chief wishes to know of Anog's fate. I would also like to know of Anog's fate, if I'm being entirely honest.
So what happened in there?
Well, bunny bunny, banani banani banani, bunny bunny, banui, bunny bunny bunny. Bunny bunny, bunny bunny bunny, banani banani. Banui banui. Bunny.
Well, I won't pretend I understood that. Can't say metaphysics is my area of expertise. Still, I knew that those androids in white and their weird orb were trouble. And you're saying that you gave them what for, so they won't be coming back, which is good. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Glad to hear it. Thanks for risking your neck for us.
Uh-oh.
Where's Anog, though? And your android friends, for that matter. Seems like they should have come back with you.
I'm sorry.
No, she... But why? It just don't seem fair. I was holding out hope, you know? Everyone would be fine and life would go back to normal. I should have known better, sure, but... someone will need to tell the villagers. Again. As for Konog, can you speak with him? I managed to talk him out of running back in there as soon as he woke up, but this might be better coming from you. Or maybe I'm just a coward.
Okay. Do-da-do-do-do-do. Alright, do we have... We don't have that letter in our key items, unfortunately. Or, hold on, do we? Inventory. Nope. I'm gonna need to clear out my inventory some. Oh, I'm up to 17 now. I gotta keep doing stuff. Because we're bound to get, like, an announcement for when the next patch is going to drop, and then that's when the Moogle Treasure Trove is going to end, and I got at least one more thing to get from that. Boy, howdy, Konog, do I have some news for you! You're back! But where's everyone else? Bunny, 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 banui. No, she can't be gone. She wouldn't leave me forever. 'Cause if she did, there'd be no one left to... Bunny, bunny. I got this letter. A letter? From Anog? Konog, I've been to another world. I've seen it. What was the rest of it say? Oh, okay. What does she mean? She, the world, they're constructs? That's hardly a reason to run off on her own. She could have... I would have... I have something I need to do, so... That watch belongs to the chief's wife. I found it when I was clearing rubble earlier. It was broken, but I went ahead and fixed it. She'd probably like it back, so can you give it to the chief for me? Wouldn't they be happier if you delivered it yourself? I can't. I need to... Never mind. I'm sorry. Okay. I appreciate all that you've done for us. If only I was as strong as you are. Hey man, don't worry about it. Okay. Maybe someday. Eat some rice. Rice. Alright. Oop.
How did it go? There? Something for the missus.
Yeah, there you go.
Wicked White. We thought this was gone for good. She'll be glad to have it back. It's all she has left of her parents. Why didn't Kanag come in person, though? Must have known we'd want to thank him. Bunny, bunny, banani, banani, bunny, bananini. Bananini? No. Not him, too! Huh? Wait, what do you mean? Oh. Seems that you once again have cause to comfort a distraught dwarf. Speak to the dig site chief in the excavation tunnels. I don't want to walk there. Here we go. I haven't used this yet. This stream, that is. Not on stream, at least. Oh, dig site chief. What are you doing? And Kanag's gone. Oh boy. Oh boy. He left a letter of farewell. He's gone. I wish I could have done something. Anything. We've lost them both, and it's our own fault. We drove them to this. Yeah, probably. This can't be right. What is right in the end? No, I feel like Igeld is more of a, what do you plan to do about it? What do you plan to do about it? I don't know what I should do. I don't know how to make things right, but the villagers need to understand that we can't keep on like this. They might be better listeners now that they don't have to live in fear anymore. If they can believe that that's the case, that is. Would you mind sticking around? They'll seem more credible coming from the both of us. I'm here for as long as you need me. I knew you would be. You're always willing to do what needs doing. I'm ready to do my part too. Wait here. And there he goes. Okay. Waiting. Hold on, last bit of rice. Now that you're all here, I have an important announcement. Igeld has put an end to those machines and their plot. They don't seem happy? That means the danger's past, but more importantly, that it's time we took a look into the future. We'll need to come together. Hold your iron frogs. Even if those things are gone, this ain't over. The culprit needs to be brought to justice. How can you expect people to move forward if we don't set an example? That's right. We want to see consequences. Death. Mutilation. Wait, really? Do you really? They seem really hyped for death and mutilation, actually. We need to talk them down, or we'll never get anywhere with this. Bloodthirsty bastards. Bunny? I only need to do what Glag says, right? Then he won't blame me, and whatever happens, it won't be my fault. You think that will protect you? Won't it? I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything. The sooner we do away with the culprit, the sooner we can all relax. You know I'm right. Glag thinks so too. You'd change your tune if the finger were pointed at you. You wouldn't dare accuse me! Everyone knows I'm innocent! Don't they? Time to gaslight all these fucking dwarves. All we need is one or two people to take the blame. Then the rest of us can get back to our normal lives. Are you planning to volunteer? Why should I? I've done nothing wrong. No, not a single thing. Justice should be swift and decisive, I say. Nothing so satisfying as the headsman's axe coming down. And if it comes down on the wrong person? At least we'll be able to put this mess behind us. Forget the whole thing. I can't think about it anymore. I just can't.
The most prudent course is to cooperate with Glag and rid the village of the guilty party. Then everything will be as it was. Will it? Of course it will. It has to be. Believe me, if there was a better way. Glag, how do you feel about all this? This guy over here, blood, blood, blood. Volk will never accept that. It just ain't a satisfying conclusion. ... Forget I said anything. I won't. I'm right. You'll see. You'll all see. It's better this way. Trust me. You do trust me, right? No. You don't understand. I can't be held accountable. Yeah, I bet.
Well, they've settled down a bit, at least. Thanks for that.
Still sober, eh? Then I'll ask, what do you reckon we should do? Stop this before it's too late. Maybe the outsider's right. We'll never agree on who to take the blame for the attack, which means the real problem is Glag. Wait, hold on. I did feel a lot more confident before he started telling us to listen to other perspectives. Wait, no, that's the wrong... Oh boy. He's been trying to turn us against each other, but he's the elder here. Shouldn't he have seen our village's fiery destruction by skybound machines coming? No, that's not...
What? No! No one could have foreseen this, no matter how wise they are or how hard they try. No one's right every time. We've all made mistakes here, believe me. Anog, Konog, Glag, the whole lot of you, and me! All of us!
Not me, though. I'm entirely innocent. But only because if you try to tell me otherwise, I'll kick your ass.
We failed each other.
And there he goes. Alas, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes again. Oh, there he goes again. I hope you're all proud of yourselves. Are my ears going, or am I being insulted left and right? Now that's just cowardly. Well, don't let him get away. Me? Make a mistake? Never. I'm perfect. I have never made a wrong decision in my life. Now what? If doing nothing is just as wrong, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad to make my own choices. Alright, let's go. Fucking get the chief. The cheap. Honestly, this might end up just needing to be the setup going forward until, like, I can figure out, like, what the hell is going on with, like, my connection. Though in the future, I'll make sure to set my recordings to MP4 so I can just upload them directly. Hello, Dig Site Chief! My only concern there is with MP4s, I've had issues with them, like, the audio going out of sync the longer they go on. So that would be the only problem, or the only concern I would have.
Lolly, sorry you had to see that, ho. I may not be cut out for public speaking. I won't give up on putting Commer back together, though. Whatever way I can. I don't know what we should have done, but there's nothing for it but to try and do better. Day by day, moment by moment.
Day by day, moment by moment.
I admit, I feel better knowing you'll be around.
But pardon me. Oh, hey, man. I was thinking about what you said, and I realized I probably haven't been the most helpful. He was the only one of the group after the Dig Site Chief ran off who was just like, maybe I should make my own choices. I'm choosing to try harder from now on. So if you need another pair of hands...
You're more than welcome to join us.
Okay.
Though I'd say we're all past due for a little breather after all that's happened. Take a rest. Chief's orders.
Understood. I'll be just over here then, with my thoughts. Yes, not a problem.
Okay. He's a little odd, but he's got the spirit. I look forward to putting the both of you to work. At your earliest convenience, of course.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, little bit of background here about how this particular quest line progresses. Around here is when a sequence would start where it is a weekly quest. Basically, every week resets on Tuesdays. You come back to this spot, and there is a new repeatable quest for you to get. You do that, progresses a little bit, come back the next week, progresses a little bit, and eventually you get to the point that like another major step in the quest happens. Now, thankfully, we're playing on New Game Plus, so we don't have to do shit weekly. We can just cruise right on through to the end. Comra wasn't built in a day. The dig site chief eyes you expectantly.
Lolly, thanks again for offering to help us rebuild our village, ho.
What did you just call me?
So, are you ready? Are you rested and ready to begin the work?
No time like the present.
Wonderful. I can't tell you how reassuring it is to have you with us. Now, to begin with, we need to discuss how we're going to tackle our task.
Okay.
You can join our nervous friend over there. I'll be along after I see to some preparation.
Hey, man. Ah, it's come! My doom has come, doom! Oh, it's just you. Sorry, force of habit. So, is it time to rebuild, that is? Uh-huh.
Everyone's here. Good. Let's get right to it. I have an idea of what I want to run by the two of you. In order to rebuild, we're going to need lots of supplies and willing hands, neither of which we have a whole heap of at the moment. But then I thought, what if we availed ourselves of the technology used by the machines? With the wealth of parts they left behind, we have all the materials we need to rebuild and upgrade our automata to do the work.
Our near automata?
Not only would it be practical, since we'd be using the force behind our destruction for our salvation, it's also poetic. For your part in this, Guild, I'd ask you to venture into the tunnels and gather those items what might be useful.
Okay.
Whatever you find, you can bring to our friend here. He'll examine the objects to see how they might be put to use. And that's about it. So what do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Good, good. With this, the rebuilding can finally commence. We'll prove to everyone that you can't keep us dwarves down. Except maybe with copious amounts of grog. That's been an issue, historically. Well, I'd best be getting back to my post. Without someone breathing down their necks, our miners are liable to stand around with their thumbs up their arses. You have any questions, you can direct them at our friend here.
I have a million questions. Between you and me, we're probably doomed to fail. But if it's going to happen anyway, there's no point in delaying it. As to say, if you're ready to begin, then so am I.
Okay.
And then here is where the weekly quest would start. So, weekly quest, which continues the story, is now available from the doomsaying dwarf in Comra. Lend your aid and help the dwarves of Comra to rebuild their home. So basically, each week you would come back here, talk to the doomsaying dwarf. He would send you into, I want to say, the copied factory. You'd gather some materials, come back out, give them to him, and then you would get another quest from the dig site chief.
Lolly, you'll never believe this, ho, Guild. Something's arrived in the village for you. From Konog. Looks to be some kind of technological what's-it. See this gold pattern here? I haven't the faintest how you'd read it, though.
I have just the thingamabob for the job.
Huh, so you just wave this archive at it. Well, there you go. Feel free to check it at your leisure.
Thanks, man.
You know, might be as Kanog's up and left the village, but the fact that he's still keeping in touch gives me hope that he hasn't given up on us yet. So I'll keep doing what I can. I'll keep working to change this village into a place that Kanog would want to return to. We've got lots of mountains to climb, and it's going to take a lot of time. But bit by bit, with your help, I'm sure we'll get there.
Okay.
You obtain a message from Kanog. The message can be viewed in your portable archive, which is available under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu. Alright, let's see what we got. Message from Kanog 1. Dear Eigeld, I hope this message finds you. I'm going on a journey to learn the secrets of the White Spheres for myself. Maybe some of them will be of use to you. I'll keep a record, just in case. Kanog. So essentially, you get one of these every time you complete, like, a leg of the weekly quest line. And then when you get all of them, maybe something special happens. So essentially what we're just going to be doing is we're going to be getting these, like, one right after the other, doing the quests that unlock them, that sort of thing.
Lolly, just the sinner I've been looking for, ho.
So keep in mind that, like, as we do all of these conversations with the dig site chief, in real time, there would be, like, a couple of weeks between doing these.
Another one of those recording devices arrived from Kanog. Seems the lad has more he wants to say to you. Here.
Thanks, man.
When you have a moment, be sure to see what's on it.
Okay.
You there! Oh, is that Glag?
Yes, the two of you. What are you doing, talking and nodding suspiciously? What are you up to?
Literally nothing, really.
You're conspiring to take over the village, aren't you? Just like those murderous machines.
What? No.
Dig site chief, he's wise to our plans. Run.
Huh? What am I? What did I just... my head. Hey, man, you good? And there he goes.
Something's not right with Glag. It's not quite the same sort of not right what follows a few too many casks of ale. Oh, whatever it is. It's nothing you need to worry about. I'll take care of it.
Alright, man.
Now then, was there something else you needed?
How's the rebuilding coming along?
Well...
Excuse me?
You. What do you want? If you're here to mock us, have done with it and leave us be.
No, I'm not here to mock you. On the contrary, I want to join you. I'm usually not one to get involved, preferring to observe from a safe distance while making the occasional comment to remind people of my presence. But seeing how hard you've been working for the village, I couldn't help but want to make myself useful for a change.
Well, that's a pretty clear, concise description of your character archetype, but alright. Well, we could certainly use all the help we can get. What say you, Eigeld? Shall we welcome him to the crew?
Yeah, alright. Thank you. I'm certain you won't regret it. That remains to be seen, but okay.
After that strangeness with Glag, I wasn't sure what to expect from our dour friend, but it sure wasn't an offer of help. Anyway, I'll find a moment to talk with the fellow about our plans, and when he's managed to settle in, you ought to have a word with him too. But to answer your earlier question, there's nothing we need you for right now. Only a matter of time before we call on you again, though, so kick your feet up while you can.
Okay.
A weekly quest which continues the story is now available for the dour dwarf of Comra. Lend your aid to help the dwarves of Comra to rebuild their home. You obtained a message from Konog. The message can be viewed in your portable archive, which is available under the collection and duty screen of the main menu.
Collection. Portable archive.
Konog messages. A message from Konog 2. Dear Eigeld, I forgot to mention, I brought a pod with me. It assures me that the spheres came from a different world, and their purpose is to invade others by duplicating the machine lifeforms. It's weird to think that to someone, ours is the other world. Konog.
Lolly, doubtless you've already guessed Ho, but another recording device has arrived from Konog. Here.
Hey, thanks, man.
As far as I can tell, he's sending them at regular intervals. What could the boy be up to?
There's a little bit more rice here. I'm gonna go ahead and just... Hop. Nom, nom. Nom, nom. Thinking. What?
I could ask you the same. What devious scheme are you plotting? Well, whatever it is, you won't succeed. This is my village, and I'm not letting you have your way with it. Huh? Why did I say that? Why did I feel so angry? Forget I said anything. As you can see, Glag's still behaving strangely. When I tried talking to him earlier, he all but told me to bugger off. On the face of it, you'd assume he takes exception to what I did at the meeting, but this is a little too strange. At any rate, this is my problem to deal with, not yours. You just focus on doing your part for the cause, eh?
Okay.
You obtained a message from Konog. Message can be viewed in your portable archive, which is available under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu. So I have no idea what the fuck's happening with Glag. A part of the issue of any sort of like major quest lines that aren't MSQ is that if you want to like look up details as to like what anything happening in them means, it can be kind of difficult because there really isn't a lot of people talking about it. Like, okay, Final Fantasy XIV has a very poorly maintained wiki. The wiki gives very basic information, essentially just like steps along the quest lines, basic information on like the phases of like trials and stuff like that, but really doesn't give a whole lot of speculation as to what is actually happening in some of these stories. Now, this is kind of a double-edged sword. Too much speculation, you end up with shit like, you know, the Silent Hill wiki, which has all sorts of information that is just like throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. You know, occasionally you get something funny, like the dude who seemed to be completely obsessed with like circumcision imagery, but most of the time it's usually just it's shit where it's just like people are just guessing, essentially, you know? Oh fuck, I didn't read the thing from Konog.
Lolly ho there, ho, I gailed. You'll be pleased to hear another recording device has arrived.
Thank you.
Huh? I know what you're up to. Oh yes, I can see through your ruse. You pretend to be a friend while spreading vile rumors about me behind my back. Well, you're not going to drive me out of my own village. I'd rather die beardless and dry. You hear me? Beardless and dry. Rather than bearded and wet. What am I doing? I gotta go. Well, it seems the visit I played to Glag the other day backfired. Hard to tell if trying to reach out to him is better than not doing anything. That's enough about Glag. Let's talk about cheerier things. Owing to everyone's hard work, the village is starting to look like itself again.
Hello, Gordon.
This had the effect of inspiring another one of us to volunteer to help. The fellow's been wanting to speak with you, so let me call him over.
Hello? Oh god, I don't want to talk to any more dwarves.
Oi, Highgale's here if you wanted a word.
Oh, you know, hello. Chief, Igald. I've always believed that our actions speak for us, and I've always respected them as dared to make things happen. And I've always I've always believed that our actions speak for us, and I've always respected them as dared to make things happen rather than sitting around. But sitting around's what I've been doing, while you labor to rebuild our village. It made me ashamed of myself. I want to help too, if you'll have me.
Whatever problems we may have had in the past, having more comrades can only be a good thing. We'll let him join us, of course.
Yeah, alright.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Thanks for giving me a chance. I'm ready to get to work. Just tell me what you need me to do.
Go fuck yourself. Got him.
I'll start by having a chat with the fellow and see how he can contribute to the cause. Perhaps you can look in on him later. I'm sure he'd appreciate hearing from you.
Okay.
So we have 2 to catch up on now. A weekly quest which continues the story is now available from the Decisive Dwarf in Comra. Lend your aid and help the dwarves of Comra to rebuild their home. You obtain a message from Konog. You portable archive. Alright, 1 second. Gotta play a little bit of catch up because I forgot to read the 3rd one before I went into that cutscene. Dear Eigeld, I found out the 2B and 9S accessed the spheres before all this started, which is why they knew about the machine lifeforms' plan to take over our world. They added their own data to that of the machine lifeforms when copies were being made, like some sort of technological virus apparently, so that they could come here and stop the machines. They were our allies, from beginning to end. Dear Eigeld, the White Spheres have ties to 2B and 9S's world, which is almost inconceivably advanced. I've found that data there is stored by machines bearing the names of gods, and even the tiniest glimpse of the smallest portion of it reveals memories by the hundreds. People's memories. What does it mean? I need to know.
Lolly, yet another recording device has arrived, ho. Whatever Konog's up to, as long as he keeps sending us these, we can assume he's safe and well. Anyway, here you go.
Thanks, man. Chief, can I speak with you for a moment?
Sure, what is it?
It's Glag. I ran into him just now, and he was behaving oddly. Just when you think he's angry, he suddenly bursts into tears. And the next thing you know, he's talking with you like you're an old friend.
Ah, that. He's been that way since the meeting. But I'll sort him out, so don't worry. Thanks for bringing me word, and let me know if you notice anything else.
Okay. I'm gonna leave now.
Seems Glag's condition isn't common knowledge yet. It's only a matter of time if it continues to worsen like it seems to be doing. Sorry, I'm saying all this out loud, but it's not your problem to deal with. Just stay focused on the rebuilding, and that's how you'll best help us.
Okay.
You obtain a message from Konog. The message can be viewed in the archive. Portable archive. Grumble, grumble. Message from Konog 5. Dear Eigeld, I knew all along, really. I knew that Anog was dead, and that thing with me only looked like her. But being with her, whatever she was, kept me alive. Made me want to go on living. If the spheres can create anything, rebuild it in our world, then surely they can grant me this. Konog. Konog, no, you don't want that! I need you to trust me on this!
Run! Yeah! Woo!
Lolly, we've done it, ho, Eigeld. We've restored Comra to the way it was. This calls for grog. Lots of it.
Okay. I don't drink, though.
Ah, but before I drink myself silly, I should put this in surer hands. It's another recording device from Konog.
Thanks, man.
After all this time, we still don't know where the lad is. I hope he'll return soon so we can marvel at the fine work we've done with our village. Speaking of returning, could you come with me, Eigeld? There's something else I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, alright.
Some days ago, Glag suddenly vanished from the village. I rounded up a crew of my miners, and together we set out to find him. His trail led us deep into the machine's base inside the crater, the place where we encountered that strange white orb. It was there that we found Glag, lying face down and unmoving. We rushed to his aid, but before we could so much as roll him over, he got up and proceeded to walk off in the direction of the village. As if we weren't there, as if nothing had happened. Since then, Glag's been back to his normal self, as far as anyone can tell at any rate. No idea what brought on those bursts of strange behavior. Perhaps the man had just had too much to drink. Perhaps it was something else. But whatever it was, we've decided to keep things quiet and leave well enough alone. You're one of the few privy to the situation, so I thought I should let you know how it ended. I also want to thank you again. You truly have a beard of gold, Eigeld, and we wouldn't have been able to rebuild our village without you. The way I see it, this place is much your home as it is ours. So no matter where you go, know that there will always be a tankard of ale waiting here for you.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we obtained a message from Konog. Message to be viewed in Portable Archive. Fucking look at it. Message number 6. For as long as I can remember, it's been just the two of us. Hardly anyone even bothered to be kind to us, but we always had each other. When I was with Anog, there was nothing to fear. What my sister wanted most was to get revenge on the world that had done this for us. Or had done this to us. I can't accept that the world got to her first. I won't. Well, that's concerning. Whence the heart leads. Your work restoring Comrade to its former glory may be finished, but the dig site chief's not quite done with you yet.
Lolly, I can't thank you enough, ho. Comra is looking like its old self again. Better, if we're honest. You can see that for yourself, though, so let me tell you something you don't know. I hear that automata of dwarven make have been spotted about Yulemoor of late. Signature frog motif and all. Now where would those city folk have gotten their hands on artisanry like that? We certainly haven't been peddling them to outsiders, they're you aside. I can think of one dwarf who might be, though. One with the right skills and little else to his name.
Oh?
If it is Konog, well, I'll have a lot to say to him. I'm sorry, for starters. And it'd be nice if he could see how far we've come, the new Comra. I'd like to think he'd be happy here.
Okay.
Anyway, seeing as you're the worldly sort, I doubt you'll have too much trouble picking up his trail in Yulemoor. Let me know what you find.
Yeah, alright. Alright. So now, we just gotta make our way over to Yulemoor. That's Yulemoor, by the way. You can probably tell from the two-tiered living arrangements what kind of place Yulemoor is. Or at the very least was. It gets better, you know, like as the story goes on. But, oh boy, things get pretty dire there first. I won't spoil it for you, because quite frankly, Shadowbringers is an incredible expansion, and anybody who's interested in playing Final Fantasy XIV should definitely experience it without me going, like, nuts, fucking spoiling all the shit about it. Well, honestly, if you're that concerned about spoilers, you probably shouldn't be watching the stream, but, you know, whatever. In we get. Okay. So what are we looking for here? We gotta get up to Dokanopi. If we can find a Aethernet shard, we should just be able to take it to the Aetherite. I think there's one right outside the front door, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, this place is just basically like decadence incarnate. Like, when you come here in the main game, like, it's a lot, like, clearer the kind of place that it is, initially at least. But like I said, it does improve over the course of the storyline. Know what I'm saying? Okay, so where do we need to go? We gotta go over this way. Bougie fucking merchant over here. I've got gold. I've got jewels. I've got gold-plated jewels. That seems like it defeats the purpose. Bunny bunny, banunny banunny. You know, I used to have your hairstyle. Not interested in my wares. Pity. I did see a dwarf in black, though, yes. Odd little fellow, came selling one of those GOG contraptions. Not quite to my personal taste, but a rare find to be sure. He placed an order as well, paid in advance. Say, if you're looking for the chap anyway, what would you save me some time and take it to him? Yeah, alright, man. He mentioned that he was sleeping down in the derelicts. Odd lad, as I said. Well, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the place, but fortunately he drew a map to his preferred hovel. Cool, thanks, man. Map. Oh, hey. Might as well be here. Wait just a little longer, Anog. With the machine's technology, I can bring you back. I will. I'll make it work. I will. I will! And then he didn't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I'm not good enough. Never good enough. I can't. This kid's going nuts. He's losing it, man. Oh, Konog. Anog, I can't do this. I can't live in a world without you. I just can't. Oh. Hey, wait a minute. You're such a crybaby. Anog? The one and, well, suffice to say that I'm back. Thanks to your hard work and my innate genius, of course. Anog, I have nowhere to go. I'm all alone. That was before. You have me now. And don't you dare say we have nowhere to go. There's a whole world waiting for us, Konog. And that's YORHA Dark Apocalypse. I have no idea what the fuck to make of this ending. I don't know if the implication is supposed to be that that was essentially Konog passing on and Anog's, like, spirit coming to collect him or whatever. Or if, like, Anog is just, like, genuinely back and they just left to go on some new adventure. It's left pretty much entirely open-ended, especially because these particular characters have not shown up in any other, like, quest line since. And part of me, like I said, it's so difficult trying to find out any sort of, like, details as to what the fuck actually happens, like, in this ending. That, like, there's part of me that would enjoy having some kind of, like, rock solid closure as to exactly what the fuck that was supposed to be. But at the same time, like, if they don't ever show up again, I would kind of prefer that. I don't mind it being it being open-ended, you know? I would love it if they did show up again. That'd be pretty dope. I just don't know if they could do it in, like, a way that would be, like, 100% satisfying. The end. And yeah, they show, like, the percentage of people that allied with Annog or Konog at the start, like, way back, like, after the first leg of the raid. Because that's the only major, like, decision you make in this quest line. So we show up, and boy's already gone. Excuse me. I don't know if we needed, like, the fanciful Calliope music or anything, but thanks. Speak with the dig site chief in Comra. Alright, I should be able to just use this Aethernet shard over here to just, like, leave the area, essentially. Actually, the one to Kalusia is, or the entrance to Kalusia is just right there. Whatever, it's fine. So maybe it was the same amount of time that it would have taken. Who knows? What happens if you try to go to that building before you talk to the guy? Like, does anything different happen there, I wonder? Who can say? Alright, well, while we're on our way to finish the quest line, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. Sorry we were having to deal with these, like, weird fluctuations in quality. I'm not sure what the problem is. I don't know what it is that happened to cause this. I'm hoping that, like, maybe I can figure something out between, like quickly, so that we don't have to, like, use this mode that, like, makes things, like, constantly fluctuate in quality, and I have to, like, record an entire, like, second version of the stream to upload separately. It'd be nice if I didn't have to do that, but if I have to, then, you know. Art for the stream, the chat blocker was done by Molly, who you can find on Twitter at GingerIsASpice. It's GingerIsASpice. Molly does great work. Highly recommend commissioning her if you're looking for art. VTuber was done by Audrey and B of Team Capel. You can find on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Team Capel. That's TEAMCATPLE. Don't email them. They'll email you if you fill out their commission form. And if you decide to DM them, let them know what you want in the first DM. Don't make them guess. And don't be weird. Please? They're my friends, and I would prefer if you go to them based on my streams, please don't embarrass me. Upcoming streams. Tomorrow, Plague Tale Requiem. Friday, probably Bayonetta. Saturday, Fatal Frame. It's gonna be Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame? Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame. Anyway. Gay rat wedding. And then, next Wednesday... Shit, I don't know. I think... What was my plan? I think my plan was I was going to do Hyrule Warriors next. Do a full playthrough of that before going into Breath of the Wild and then Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Eventually getting around to doing Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, though. I might feel like doing Nier Gestalt, though that's going to be a commitment, is the problem. And I really want to play Tears of the Kingdom, so I want to, like, start, like, getting that underway, you know? So, who knows? Stay tuned and find out. I'm certainly going to stay tuned and find out. I don't fucking know what I'm going to do. But yeah. Let me see if anybody else I know is streaming right now. Do I have anybody I'm following that's streaming? Do I have anybody that I, like, know that's streaming? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, hold on. Discord's doing a weird thing, so I actually need to, like, close out of it and open it back up. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like I know anybody who's streaming. Yeah, alright. Well, I'll be going ahead and getting out of here once we're done here, so let's go ahead and talk to the dig site chief.
Lolly, don't keep me in suspense, ho! Did you find Konog?
I found his workshop, but I don't know where he's gone.
That's disappointing.
Still, I appreciate you letting me know all the same.
What's that you have there? Some kind of fancy mead?
Bunny bunny, banani banani, banui.
Konog. What's it for? Aside from the obvious, I mean.
I think he'd appreciate it if you pass it on to the woman who was injured.
I will. I only wish things hadn't turned out like this. What happened to the village was bad enough, but then everyone was at each other's throats, and Anog and Konog were gone. Don't even get me started on the Glag debacle. Keep turning it all over in my mind, and I see nothing but the mistakes we made. And I wonder, how can any of us be sure that we won't make a mess of things again? Maybe we can't. Maybe we just try to remember every single day how bloody wrong we probably are, and we learn to live with that. Maybe that's the only answer we get.
You have completed the quest YORHA Dark Apocalypse, exiting New Game Plus mode. Alright, and with that, I will see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same shark time, same shark channel. Take care, everybody.